We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. On our sideline reporting tonight, Allie LaForce. Now a look at the stats for Jaylen Brown.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. They've got Smith, Buzelis out there with the Coral. Then it's Josh Giddey, and it's Jones in at the point. And for Boston, Pritchard and White are their guards. Jaylen Brown out there with Sam Hauser. And it's Queta in at center. And now that we are well past the halfway point of the season, DB, what are you most looking forward to?
I think, Kevin, this is the first time of the year where you start to consider, well, I'll tell you, the playoff positioning is starting to take shape. The potential first-round matchups become intriguing. I can't wait to see how things end up.
Now here's White, just 5 to shoot. Boston needs to get off a shot. A 3-ball. And Jones pulls it down. To the middle. Here's Smith. And then Smith with the dunk.
Jalen Smith taking flight. Get up, young fella.
And here is Brown. Last game, 26 points. And finished off by Brown.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown so quick off his feet. What a vertical threat he is.
And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
A really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
Yeah, I don't think they win without the productivity they got from their bench. That made the difference.
And here are the Bulls now, coming off that loss against the Nets.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
I'll tell you this, if you're going to allow your opponent to make that many shots, you have got to be as solid on the offensive end, and clearly they were not.
Here's Queta. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor.
This guy's such a talented finisher, but the D does just enough.
Smith finds Giddey. It's Jones on the wing. Smith with a screen on Pritchard. Here's Jones. It's Chicago with another bucket.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
First personal foul, first team foul.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws of this game.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
First one falls for him. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, there was a bit of uncertainty over the summer about whether the Bulls would stick with Billy Donovan or not. He also received some interest from the Knicks, but that was cleared up when the organization chose to extend him on a multi-year deal. It cements his role with the team as they continue to build. Guys, the Bulls have committed to Billy Donovan for the long haul.
He knows his stuff. Hey, Shams, thank you very much. Now here's Jones. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Smith sets the pick for Jones. The three-pointer, no good. The Celtics have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. White scores off the crossover.
That's just a smooth, tight handle right there by Derek White. This guy an offensive force.
Pass to Buzelis. Now here's Jones. Over Pritchard. Jones, no luck.
Boy, he looks and will take that shot every time. Just won't go.
Here's Brown. And finished off by Brown.
Well, this is where having a tighter handle helps Jaylen Brown, and pick and roll play just gets to his spot and scores it.
1:41 left here in the opening quarter. Outside, Jones. Buzelis, no one around him. Off target from three-point range. Now Brown. And the points coming for him in big bunches. His average stands at just about 29.5 points a game.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Trailing by 4. Smith outside. Pass to Giddey. Back to Smith. Will it go? The rebound by Queta. Queta's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Brown. Here he goes. And Brown throws it down hard.
How confident is Jaylen Brown in his handle? The dribble drive through traffic, really nice.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. So Boston ends up going with a new group. Here's a peek now at the 2K leaderboard. This year, these teams have made the most of their offensive rebounds. 3rd spot, the Celtics.
One of the better rebounding teams in the league, especially on the offensive end. They never take that for granted in terms of whether the shot's going in.
Bulls trail by 6. Here's Sexton. That's tipped. Vucevic is screen on Simon. And stolen by Simon. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And it's slammed in by Williams.
And dropping the sledgehammer there. He curbs a 10-0 run by Boston.
Celtics leading by 4. To the inside. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
He's got the size to make that an easy finish. Vucevic, deep position, and he's golden.
Now, here's Simon. Launches from deep. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And that does it for the first quarter. Celtics lead by 6. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
An impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
Bulls trail by 6. So on the floor for Chicago to start the second quarter. They've got Jaden Ivey. Colin Sexton is out there with Anthony Simon. Then it's Williams. And it's Richards in at the center, filling out the middle. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thank you, guys. The Celtics trying to keep that laser focus. Coach Joe Mazzulla said, quote, "The closer you are to winning, the easier it is to become distracted by things that you can't control. Things that don't matter. Mindset, discipline, and mental toughness are what separate you." Back to you, Kevin.
Staying dialed in. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Harper, he's checked in for the Celtics. Now here's Gonzalez. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Here's Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
And that one's good, Richards. You know, Doris, it's an ongoing debate, but some believe that the game is better today than ever before. I think it is. What about you?
Well, Kevin, despite what you might hear from players from prior generations, I 100% agree with you. Each and every year, we seem to be setting a record for the most efficient offenses in the history of the game. The players have never been more skilled. We lean heavily into analytics. It's in a perfect place.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Here's Jean Yabusele. He's checked in for Williams. Okoro comes in for Ivy. Josh Giddey's checked in for Anfernee Simons. And Jones subbed in for Colin Sexton. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Here's Giddey. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Down low. Here's Richards. Great D that time from Vucevic.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Now, here's Okoro. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. Richards with it. Pass to Giddey. Clock at 4. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Now here's White. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Yabusele setting a screen for Giddey. Inside. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down to 6. That one coming from Yabusele.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Pass to Hauser. Back to White. To the paint. 6 on the shot clock. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
That's an excellent decision. Playing in the pick and roll, just understanding where the windows are, delivers it right in the pocket.
And a guy who has a quick release and has distance to his shots. Derek Whitehorse converts his chances.
You know what, Kev? There's so many things to love about Derek White. He's arguably the greatest shot-blocking guard in the league. He has a knack for making big shots, and the thing that maybe is most impressive is he gets past grenades at the end of a shot clock and has the temperament to stand in and deliver. You think about what Jaylen Brown brings to the table. Elite athleticism, three-point shot making, attacking the rim in transition, so much to like.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Some changes here for the Celtics. Kate is checked in, and it's Pritchard in for Gonzalez. Then for the Bulls, Jalen Smith comes in for Nick Richards. And Buzelis subbed in for Yabusele. That free throw good from Brown.
You have to admire the growth of Jaylen Brown. He comes in as an attacking athlete. He's now a better passer, and he absolutely is a knockdown three-point shooter.
And Brown drops them both. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Jones with the bounce pass. It's tipped and stolen by White. Crossover, poke loose. The kick out to Brown. Shot clock at 6. Rebound by Smith. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. It's a 10-point game. They're playing host to Toronto for the next one. Screen by Smith. It's Giddey with the drive. Takes the 3. Nice shot by Smith. Smith's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, Jalen Smith wants to stretch the floor. He's got a sweet shot.
Boston leading by 7. Outside, White. Over in the corner, Brown. There's the pick. Pass to Pritchard. Outside, White. They get it again. Count it. Keita's got his second basket.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
And we've reached halftime in this one. It's the Celtics. They're up by 9. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Greetings, Shaq, Kenny, and EJ here as we tip off the show with a look at our mid-season Eastern Conference standings.
Well, right now for the Bulls, they're frustrated, and you can understand their frustration. They were expected to be good this year. Their fan base was fired up, but it just hasn't come together.
And let's dig into the first half now. Things looking pretty good for the Celtics.
Hey, living in the paint is good living. Take it from me.
Yeah, this team doesn't settle. They're aggressive and they're physical. It's impressive to watch.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You look at Jalen Brown. What a contribution.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Bulls trail by 9. The wing pairing, it's White and Brown. Then there's Sam Hauser. Then it's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Keita in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's in the game for the Celtics.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Out of bounds, it'll be the Bulls' ball. Here's Chicago. On the wing, Giddey. White covering. Pass to Jones. And here's Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rebounded by the Celtics. Keita's got his 7th rebound here tonight. White looking around. To the inside. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Derek White does a little bit of absolutely everything for this team, and what I love the most, his ability to pass it at a high level.
Here's Buzelis, and that comes off the assist by Giddey. Buzelis has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's the screen. Here's Brown. Brown jams it in!
We've got to get this guy in the dunk contest. Jalen Brown taking flight with that insane athleticism.
That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. Bulls trail by 10. Smith sets the pick for Jones. That 3 off the mark.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Sweet touch inside from Brown.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle. And he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam. Celtics leading by 10. Outside, White. Pass to Gata. Back to White. Shoots the 3. Rebound by Smith. Bulls have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the 3rd quarter. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Hey, Kevin. A new generation is entering the league. Draymond Green said, these young dudes talk a lot of mess. I don't mind it at all. It's just weird to be in a space where they're like, man, I watched you my whole life. But then they're also talking crazy, saying, you had your run, you're old now. Guys, back to you.
Yep, it flips quick, doesn't it? Thank you, Allie. The Celtics making a switch here. Walsh is checked in.
Boy, you cannot put it in a much better spot than that. Wow.
And now we're 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter of play. Pass to Buzelis. Here's Jones. In the corner, Smith with it. And it's off from 3-point range.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
White the pass to Gata. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Celtics making a switch here. Vucevic is checked in. Nick Richards, he's checked in for Chicago. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the 3rd now. Outside, Jones. They set the pick. Just 4 to shoot. Outside for Sexton. Second chance shot. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Richards.
Oh, beautiful pass. My goodness.
Vucevic a screen on Sexton. And the basket is good.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Outside, Sexton. Pass to Richards. Outside, Jones. Now, here's Sexton. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones. Sexton's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pritchard against Jones. Pritchard passes to Hauser. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Back to Sexton. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. And so it's the Boston Celtics. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Back right after this. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
It's not going to be easy. We've got to stay with it when it's not going well. We're all right. Come on, a lot of time. A lot of time. Keep battling.
Now recognizing that it's a long game and his team can come back.
Kevin, they absolutely can, but it starts with getting stops and their defense translating into great offense.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for Chicago to start the 4th. Patrick Williams is out there with Nick Richards. Then it's Josh Giddey. Then it's Ivey. And it's Sexton in at the 2 guard. Gonzalez passes to Vucevic. The Celtics working the ball around now. Brown against Sexton. Back to Brown. Over Sexton. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Down low. And that comes off the assist by Giddey. Sexton's got it back down to within single digits for Chicago. Brown against Ivy. Brown's shot is good. And the Celtics lead by 11.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Giddey the pass to Richards. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Love to watch Josh Giddey make plays. This guy's such a great facilitator.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately. And the Bulls will go for a different look here. Smith checked in for Nick Richards. Buzelis comes in for Williams. Okoro's checked in for Jaden Ivey. And Trey Jones subbed in for Sexton. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, guys.
And as always, Allen, great job. Thank you.
You have to have the ability to force the defense to commit one way or the other. Jaylen Brown's aggressiveness does just that.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Boston.
You love how they've lived in the paint, making the defense just consistently have to collapse and still finding ways to convert.
I think the other thing they've done exceptionally well tonight is shoot the mid-range and take advantage of those opportunities. Anytime they're given a look, they have delivered.
And Brown drops them both. So, Greg, in 2021, the NBA creating the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Social Justice Champion Award. It's so great to recognize the work that's being done by so many NBA players.
It does, Kevin. And these players who are not just giving back, but giving a voice to the less fortunate and trying to shape policy towards justice and equality.
They set the pick. Here's Pritchard. Brown deciding where to go with it. Brown attacking. Oh, the dunk.
This guy, one of the most elite athletes in the game. Jaylen Brown finishes beautifully.
Bulls trail by 11. Giddey. The shot is off. The Celtics have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And here's White. Clock at 6. Layup, no good. The Bulls have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Outside, Jones. Another chance here. Pritchard rips down the rebound. And so it's Pritchard who brings the ball up for the Boston Celtics. Outside, White. Shoots for 3.
Exactly what good offensive players do. Lean into that defender. Level of physicality puts you at the free throw line.
Second team foul. At the line, Derek White. At the line for 3 shots.
And he hits the first of 3.
I think the thing that's most striking about Derek White, guys, he's capable of affecting games in so many ways. Yes, he can score it. Excellent passer and a very versatile cross-positional defender, a guy who can contribute to a good team.
He hits the second from the line. And he nails the third. We all hear about AI in the workplace, and I don't mean Allen Iverson, although we could put him in the workplace. Greg, now teams are using computers to break down the action.
Yeah, able to use camera tracking to assess credit and blame, right? So maybe the little things in winning plays that went unnoticed, they won't be overlooked much anymore.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Boston.
Well, the one thing that jumps out in this game is the free throw shooting, which they did a much better job.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Here's Smith. Count it!
Jalen Smith.
This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
Now White puts up the three. It's off. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Now Giddey. Nice use of the glass on the finish.
And look at the rookie out there facilitating for his team. Buzelis not missing the chance to make his teammates better.
Here's Cato, covered by Smith. White fires. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
So let's go courtside, where Allie LaForce is standing by with our player of the game. Allie.
Thank you very much. Jalen, you had it going. Can you talk about the confidence you had tonight?
I'm just trying to continue to show people what I can do, continue to get better. It's a long journey. It's a process. I still got a long way to go and a lot to learn, so I'm going to just keep going up.
It's all part of the journey. Thanks, Jalen.
Good stuff, Allie. Thanks. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and the rest of our terrific 2K crew, this is Kevin Harlan. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Jaylen Brown.